me, Claire Baker, former Clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, recording you the weekly vlog about my weight loss clutter clearing journey. It is Tuesday the 27th of December. Doesn't quite feel like a Tuesday. I hope you had a good Christmas, whatever it was that you were doing, whether you were alone or with others. I had a lovely one, thank you. Very quiet, very peaceful. Just me and my husband having a few days off work and enjoying the quiet. A few shocks with some celebrities who passed away over the Christmas period. Always particularly tough, I think, when it's this time of year. But nonetheless, we're back to work today. You might be able to see him. He's actually doing the washing up while I record this video. Yes. And then we're going to get on with some bits and pieces. You may also, the Munchkins are out as well. They are kind of super glued to me most of the time, so they've been in the house most of the last 3-4 days, but now because I'm out, they are taking full advantage and going exploring. I'm taking advantage of just the crisp coldness of today. I love this kind of weather. It's bright, it's sunny, crisp and cold. There's still a frost around on the ground, and yes, nice to get fresh air in the lungs. So, how did you do over the Christmas week? If you do a weekly weigh-in, I did £9, but not loss. It was gain, which wasn't a surprise. I will be brutally honest with you. I was seriously considering not weighing myself this morning. Because I knew that I had put on. I could feel it. I really can sense now when I have gained weight rather than lost weight. And I thought, no, I'll give myself till next week to offset whatever I've put on. And then I thought about it and I thought, but Claire, why? You don't need to be scared of the scales. You know that you have almost certainly put on weight. I thought it would be about £7 rather than 9, but that's okay. Yeah, it's okay to put on. I know why, because I have learnt, I've got that understanding and feedback. Actually, if I do weigh myself this week, then next week I will have something fair to compare it to. Now, the reality is I don't think I will manage to lose £9 in 1 week. So if I hadn't weighed myself this week, then next week it may show that compared to last week, I've still put on some. Now that could affect my mood even more. Whereas actually weighing myself this week and just going, okay, I am where I am, and then being able to compare next week to this week, I am sure that I will see a loss. Does that make sense? So compared to last week, next week may not show a loss, but compared to this week, next week will show a loss. So I did weigh myself. I've got nothing to feel guilty about. It's Christmas week, and I know that I have not had a blowout so much, but I have eaten carbs and sugar. And I've consciously eaten carbs and sugar when that is not part of my new eating regime. I've had 4 mince pies. I've had a new Christmas cake. As you are probably aware, last year lost Frank, my father-in-law. We lost him 6 weeks before Christmas. So last Christmas was very raw in terms of actually Christmas. This feels like the first proper Christmas without him. And I said to my husband, I said, you know what, Frank used to love my cherry and almond cake that I used to make for him every time he came to visit us. And I said to my husband, I said, you know what, I'd like to make the cherry and almond cake for him for Christmas, as our Christmas cake. He used to love the 2 end bits, not quite sure why, and because it was done in a loaf tin. So we made that, and I ate probably more than half of it. And obviously I know just how much sugar is going in there, and carbs are going in there because of the flour. But I enjoyed it. I haven't had done my cherry and almond cake since Frank was here. So you know, again, it was if you like, it was a one-off. It was a treat. What else? I've eaten quite a lot of bread. My husband and I, our tradition is to have smoked salmon on fresh buttered bread for breakfast on Christmas Day. Oh, that was lovely. And then we normally have turkey sandwiches on Christmas Day, but because we had Christmas dinner so late, we actually had them yesterday on Boxing Day. So again, 2 rounds of sandwiches, 4 pieces of fresh bread, lovely, but made me feel bloated. Christmas Eve, we went for a walk. My brother-in-law lives in Banbury, so we went to drop off his Christmas card and we walked there. So we did a 5-mile round trip, which was good, just to get out some fresh air. But opposite where my brother-in-law lives, there is a Subway sandwich shop. And my husband was peckish and he said, you know, do you fancy sharing a sandwich? And I said yes. I thought, well, why not? Treat myself. It's not like this is a regular thing for me. So I've had a lot of carbs, I've had a lot of sugar, therefore a £9 gain is not a surprise. But what's really interesting is that I do feel very bloated, I do feel very sluggish, I feel like I've got the water retention. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the bloating really. My sleeping pattern is not been its norm. Normally I go to bed 10:30 ready to sleep, and I get up naturally at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it hasn't been like that over the last few days. And I don't think it's because I have had alcohol as well. What did I have yesterday? I had a gin and tonic, just one. Christmas Day I did drink a bottle of red wine, to be fair. So again, lots of calories there, lots of carbs, lots of sugar. But I don't think that would disrupt my sleeping pattern. I don't know if it's related to the food. And again, to be honest, you know what? It doesn't matter, because I am, as of today, I'm back on my normal eating plan. I'm going to spend the rest of the year, I can say that because it's only a few days, I'm going to spend the rest of the year doing fast days, which essentially means that I eat three eggs in the evening for dinner, whether it's a scrambled egg or an omelette. And I will actually enjoy feeling not bloated. Because this week has been a useful reminder of, yes, it's fine. Obviously, you know, treat yourself. But it's a reminder, it's a feedback of actually, you know what, I don't like feeling bloated. I don't like feeling sluggish. And I can control that really easily through what I eat. We are also going to the gym tonight. We haven't been to the gym for the last week. I've got a bit of a stiff neck, not quite sure why. So I'm hoping that the swimming will free that up. But as we know, the exercise is not going to actually affect losing weight. I do the exercise so that I wobble less. The wobble factor reduces. So again, getting kind of back on track. I've enjoyed my week off. I've enjoyed some things that I wouldn't normally have. I wouldn't normally have mince pies, obviously. I wouldn't normally drink alcohol. So, you know, it's been an enjoyable week. But I don't think, this is the interesting thing, I don't think I could carry on eating like this much longer. Just because of the sluggishness, because of the bloating. And, you know, knowing that this is not how I want to eat long term. So yeah, back on track. It helps as well because kind of back into a routine today. Back to work. I'm recording a series of videos for my clutter clearing clients and viewers. Getting back to some basics actually, for the New Year's resolution time. Note to self: don't take up New Year's resolutions because you will fail. But I will have a couple of videos with an exercise to help you figure out whether clearing your physical clutter or clearing your weight clutter is actually a priority for next year. So easy, isn't it, to go, oh, I'm going to completely change my life with my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to give up drinking. I'm going to, if you smoke, give up smoking. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to get my finances under control. Da, 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 da. And actually, you know what? we never manage to maintain those, do we? We never succeed. Lots of evidence to prove that most people give up by Valentine's Day, so 6 weeks. My advice is let's take January to figure out what our priorities are and start in February. Less pressure then. So yes, I'm going to have a series of videos that are coming out over the next couple of weeks to help on the practical side of that. In terms of my goal for this time next week, I'm going to set myself a weight loss goal of 4.5 pounds, which is half of the 9 pounds that I have gained over the last week. I don't think that should be too difficult, because giving up the carbs, giving up the sugar, I think will mean that the bloating and the water retention will make quite a big difference quite quickly. As long as I lose over the next week, that's all that really matters. So I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope if you are on a weight loss journey that you know, your gain wasn't too bad. Do let me know. Please let me know that I'm not the only one who gained weight over Christmas, because I'm sure I'm not alone. But I hope you had a good one. Between now and next Tuesday, it will be New Year. So have a lovely New Year. Here's to a successful 2017, whatever that may bring. I am going to write down a few things that I would like to say changed in my life by this time next year. Not New Year's resolutions, but just things like, for example, I'd like to finish off the garden next year. So this time next year, we're looking out on a beautiful garden. By this time next year, I would like to have reached a goal with my weight. They are not New Year's resolutions though, because they're not things that I am going to start in the new year. The garden I can't really start till March at the earliest, and the weight loss is an ongoing journey anyway that I've already started. So they are goals as opposed to New Year's resolutions. All right, I'll stop talking now. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Have a very, very happy New Year, whatever you are up to. I also have, I again have a quiet one. Family tradition. My husband and I watch The Italian Job, the 1969 movie, and then toast to champagne at midnight. Really quiet, keeping life easy these days. But enjoy whatever you are doing, and I shall speak to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.